The Forgotten Frame. The rain fell on the city like static. In her small office, cluttered with cold case files and colder coffee, Nana traced the rim of her mug. She was a detective of the lost, but her latest case wasn't a person. It was a pattern. Readers of the manga echo chamber were vanishing, always after page 74. Her first visit was to the home of the latest victim. The boy's mother, a woman with eyes as empty as her son's room, just shook her head. "He loved that comic," she whispered, her voice thin and brittle. Said it understood him. The mother pressed a copy of Echo Chamber into Nana's hands. "He bought every issue. Maybe you can see what he saw." The cover was stark. A lone figure standing on a bridge, their reflection in the water subtly wrong. Back in her office, Nana opened the manga. The art was beautiful and unsettling. It told the story of a boy who could see the seams of reality, the places where the world didn't quite line up. He walked through a world that felt like a half-remembered dream. As she read, the world outside her window began to shift. The constant rain seemed to fall in perfect, repeating patterns. The neon signs across the street flickered in a rhythm that matched the panels she was reading. The book wasn't just a story, it was a lens. She felt a strange kinship with the protagonist. His loneliness, his feeling of being disconnected from the world, it was a mirror to her own life, a life spent chasing ghosts and echoes. She turned the page, her heart beating faster. Page 73. She reached page 74. The story just stopped. The last panel was of the protagonist reaching for a door, his hand outstretched. The next page was blank. It was an ending that was not an ending, a question left hanging in the air. But something was wrong. The paper of page 74 felt thicker, heavier. A faint indentation, almost invisible, marred the final panel. It was like a secret hidden in plain sight. Using the tools of her trade, she angled a desk lamp, the light catching the page just right. An outline appeared, a frame within the frame. A panel that had been meticulously pressed into the paper, designed to be overlooked. Her breath hitched. Inside the hidden panel was an image. It wasn't part of the manga's story. It was a reflection. It was her own face, staring back at her from the page. But it wasn't her. Not exactly. This girl was younger, her hair shorter. Her eyes held a light that Nana hadn't seen in her own reflection for years. This was the girl she was before the event that had pushed her into the world of shadows and mysteries. As Nana stared, the image in the frame moved. The younger her, Kako, lifted a hand and pressed it against the invisible barrier of the panel. A silent plea. "They all get stuck here," a voice whispered. It didn't come from the room. It came from the book itself. It was Kako's voice, faint and echoing. "They see the person they left behind and can't look away." "Who are you?" Nana breathed. Her detective's composure shattered. "I'm the you that never had to grow up," Kako replied from the page. "The you that didn't lose them. The readers see their own past here, and they choose to stay. They choose the dream." Nana looked at the girl in the frame, the happy, unbroken girl. It was a tempting image, a world without the pain that had forged her, a world where she could forget. She saw the other faces then, faint and translucent behind Kako's, the faces of the vanished readers, trapped in their own forgotten frames, forever looking at the life they'd lost. "Stay with me," Kako pleaded, her hand still pressed against the page. "We can be whole again." Nana looked at her own hands, calloused from her work, from climbing fences and digging for clues. She looked at the cold case files on her desk. She had a choice. "You're not me," Nana said, her voice firm. "You're a memory, and a memory is not a life." She reached out, not to touch the panel, but to turn the page. With a final, sad smile, Kako's image faded. Nana closed the cover of Echo Chamber. The silence in her office felt different now. not empty, but peaceful. She picked up the book to place it on a shelf, a piece of evidence. As she did, she saw writing on the back cover for the first time. In simple, elegant script, it said, "Thank you for reading your own life.